G'day my friends, Marty. We're here from Marty's Garden on YouTube, coming to you directly from my micro farm in Byron Bay, Australia. Yes, it's a brown and overcast day today, a little bit windy, a little bit wild and woolly, but I still wanted to get out here and make a video for you and show you my dwarf avocado tree that I planted around about 4 months ago. Now when I planted it, it was actually in flower. It come out of the pot and had been in a pot for over 3 years now, and it cropped a couple of times as well, bringing me anywhere from about 4 to 5 fruits per season. Now it's got 2 fruits on it. We had some wild, dry, windy weather, and it handled a bit of the root shock, and I was surprised it actually got any fruit on it at all. But it's looking really good, so I'm just going to give you a better of a look at it and a bit of a rundown on about growing these dwarf avocado trees at home. So here it is. You can see the avocado on here. This is a Charwell variety, and at the moment it's on a very raised garden bed. Now the reason why you do that is because the avocado tree is a rainforest tree and it needs a lot of drainage, and it suffers from a type of root rot fungus called Phytophera. Now if that Phytophera gets into the roots, it can really hit it hard. Now if you scratch in here, you can see, if we get down nice and deep here, you can see these nice white roots there. If I get my finger on it, just get on there, you can see those nice white roots there. That means that the plant is very healthy, because the avocado tree is a surface feeder. Now it's got the 2 fruits on here. There's 1 fruit there and another fruit just over there, you can see, and they're not very high. They're only, I'll give you a bit of a look here. So you can see beside my finger, that's how big they are. Now they will grow as large as my hand and take about 6 months to get fruit on them. But within the next couple of years, if this tree stays in the ground in this spot, it'll grow to about 6 foot and will produce 20 to 30 fruits, no problem, season. See, it needs to get a nice established root ball. It's a dwarf species, so it means that it was actually grafted on to a dwarf rootstock, where you can see, we just get it on here. I'll show you where the graft is. That's where the graft is there. You can see a V there, and that's where it was grafted on. And it was grafted onto a type of plant that only gets a very small root system, which means the tree can't grow too big. It'll only grow up to about 6 feet. But the good thing about that is that it means there's less chance of it getting the Phytophora, because the root ball isn't massive. Now if you're in a very high drainage area such as sand or really loamy soil with about 6 foot of drainage, you don't need to grow an avocado tree that's dwarf species unless you're just lacking space. Now what you need to do, you can see this guy isn't mulched yet. I've been throwing compost on the top here. I need to get some mulch underneath there very shortly and keep it very well mulched, but there's a couple of feet of just compost straight on the top there. So this tree is going to just absolutely pump in the future for sure. Some extra tips for growing dwarf fruit trees at home, and especially the avocado, is you want to keep them in a full sun position, or at least a minimum of 4 hours full sun a day. 4 to 6 is pretty good. Anything above that, because the more sun it gets, the more it can photosynthesize, and the more chance it's got of producing much better fruit. Now the avocado tree, as I said, is a rainforest tree, and generally in the wild, around the top of the canopy is where it all fruits, and you won't get a lot of fruit down low, and they grow up to over 20 feet, so 7 meters or more in this native environment. And as I said, this one will only grow up to about 6 feet. But you want to plant them in a protected area, up against a fence or something like that. If you're in a cooler zone, put it up against a brick wall and paint the brick wall white, so it reflects the light back there, and maybe in a corner or something like that. Keep them out of strong winds and the harsh elements. They really don't like to be too exposed. And if you've got a few trees, some of the A and B variety, so a wider variety of trees around, I've got another big reed growing over there that I'm going to show you in another video that I grow from a seedling. If you've been following me, I grew it from the seedling a few years ago, and it's around about 6 foot high now. I'm just looking at it over there going, wow, and just planted it over there. So you want to have a few varieties around to get more fruit and for better production. And if you don't have too too close by, you won't get too many bug problems as long as you companion plant around. One of the companions for it, which I haven't put under there yet, is comfrey, and that'll actually drop the leaf down. It'll bring up the nutrients from down deep. It's got a long taproot, and the comfrey leaf, as it drops down and what do you say? How do you call it? Forgotten now. Breaks down. It'll produce extra minerals and things for the soil and for the avocado tree. So that's the companion for the avocado tree. All right, look, I could go on for ages and ages here. Just make sure you've got a good friable soil. Fertilise it a couple of times, you know, every month or something like every 6 weeks, and 2 major fertilisers around the main growing season. Just using chook manure and compost will usually do the job. All right, have a great day. I'm Marty's Garden. I'm Marty Ware from Marty's Garden on YouTube. I got that wrong, didn't I? And yeah, if you haven't subscribed already, please do. And we've got a link going down the bottom to the newsletter. We've got over 150 members in there now, and it's growing stronger every day. And there's lots of free content teaching you how to grow healthy food in small spaces and urban places. Now, if you didn't see the video about me scratching the kookaburra, which you might be able to hear over there at the moment, have a look at that now. I'm going to leave a link for you on this video. Have a great day. Happy gardening. We'll see you in the next video real soon. Bye for now.